After spending some time and undertaking more work around Forestamore, a job would finally come that would take Alec and his companions to another new land to explore. How to get there would prove to be quite the feat in itself.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Arc the Lad 3. Well, it's been a little while since we had last taken that one job where we got to visit an old familiar face from the previous game of Arc the Lad 2. We got to see Liza, and we're glad to see she's alive and well and still taking care of her monster friends, especially that being a Pondant, which that was quite a predicament we was in. Did a bunch of jobs, and now we've come down to one where it's going to take us to a new land. But before we set ourselves off, decided to pay a quick visit to the item shop and see what we could use. Something might come in handy, because you never know what could happen. And I've noticed that you don't really have a lot of status healing items. So that's why I decided to get about 3 of everything, since they're pretty cheap. It's only like 50G, it's not that much. Possibly a couple other herbs, since, just for emergency's sake. Okay, let's step into the guild and get our next job, which I believe this will be job 20, if I'm not mistaken. This is the one that will be taking us to the next continent. Let's go get our bounty from the last one we did. Got our rookie hunter stats. We have 155 merits. So far, we've been doing rather good. So we got the appraisal of a mysterious object. So this takes us back. This is back when we had to do that one job, having to scout out that mysterious, weird-looking UFO ball thing, whatever, which to me still seems kind of familiar. I'm thinking it might have something to do with that ancient. Well, yeah, I think it's technically still ancient. Our little ancient robot friend, Dykebeck. Now, I'm trying to remember, to my knowledge, that if Dykebeck might make an appearance, possibly at best a cameo, but that's probably going to be about it. I can't remember if he's a playable character in this or not. I think we'll have to see as we progress through the story later on. So meanwhile, let's pay another visit to Ren's shop and see what the crazy old Coot Baguda has got for us. Pretend you don't know him. Sometimes I wish I did. And this is, I think that's the wife talking. That's pretty bad when she has to pretend she doesn't know him. The guy himself is like a real mystery. He said nut. Funny choice of words. Wow. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. North Sularto, whatever. Anyway, we're on the case. Actually, I'm on the case. I'll take the case. So, okay. If the text went by pretty fast for you, apparently we have to find a way at North Sularto. The reason why we have to go all the way up to North Sularto is we got to take this thing to an item society. There's supposed to be one over there, and not just the item society, but this is like a village where all the societies gather together. It's like all the freaking societies in the world. But really, I don't believe there's that much. There's not a lot, so. I mean, there's the monster, and then there's the item, and I think there's like one other. I think it was like a weapon society or accessory society or something like that. And then that's about it. So, say, I told you I don't know. Oh, God. It's funny how that relationship works out there. Okay, so we got the mysterious item bag. Let's make our way down to the dock to see if we can catch a boat to this North Sularto.
What's the matter, hunters?
We'd like to travel to North Sularto. See, the problem is, we're not sure where that is exactly. Will you take us?
Sorry, kid. Boats can't get from Forestamore to North Sularto.
Eh? Why not?
It's part of the same blasted landmass as Forestamore, but isolated by land and by sea. By land, it's locked up with mountains that'll make your nose bleed. And by sea, the ocean's too treacherous to even think about navigating.
Oh, wow. That's pretty secluded. So, you can't get there by, well, I guess technically you could get there by boat, but it's kind of sketchy at best, and apparently you have to wait a long while to get there, but it's probably talking about months, I guess. But we don't have months, we don't have weeks. We need to get there like right now, unless you can fly monsters. Theo, what have you got going on that head of yours? A legendary flying monster. But it's already extinct. Oh, well, thanks for getting our hopes up, kid. I mean, what was the whole point of that? But there's a card for that monster. Oh, no. Are we going to have to go back to the Yu-Gi-Oh thing again? Kid. We don't have time to be messing around with it. We don't have much choice, do we? Okay. I guess at this point we'll take whatever we can just to get to this place, because a job's a job and somebody's got to do it one way or another. So boats no go! So let's head back to town and go back to the Monster Society and see what else we can figure out. So there's a super duper rare card that we might be able to procure that could help us get to where we need to go. Why do I got the feeling it's not going to be that easy? Chief, do you have the flying fire card?
Yes, why?
Because we needed to fly to North Sularto. Nyeh, 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 nyeh.
On a flying fire card? You've lost your mind!
No, we're absolutely serious.
Well, you're out of luck anyway. That card isn't usable unless you can talk to monsters. People have tried and failed to activate it for years.
That is a problem.
You know, Theo's mother actually tried it once herself.
My mother?
Yes, but she failed to activate it as well.
Communicate with monsters. I wonder. Wait a minute. What is it, Lutz? Liza can talk with monsters. She can activate the card.
Liza?
Of course. Well, give us the card so we can try. Come on.
Well, the other problem is that the card you want is very valuable. I can't just hand it over to you on request.
Chief!
Understand, I'm not saying no exactly. It's just that Monster Society rules must be followed.
Right, so what do we got to do to get this card?
Well, here Here in the Monster Society, we trade cards for others we want. For this flying fire card, you should trade 3 cards. A wild Himoji, a Dandelion, and a slime. Come up with those 3 and I'll trade you for the one you want. You should know that some of these monster types aren't found here. You'll have to trade for those.
Yes, people. In order to get the one we want, in order to advance the game, we actually have to go around and talk to people and see if anybody has interest in trading cards and monster cards so we can get the ones we want. Doesn't that sound a lot of fun? Are we going to have to do some duels while we're at it? Where's Yukimoto when you need him? Oh, well, I suppose the first thing we should do is stop by Lizas Place and see if she can indeed activate the card. At least once we get some confirmation from that, then we might have a chance somewhat. We just gotta, you know, do the trading thing. You know, I kind of do miss seeing Elk just a little bit. It sure would be nice if we run into him again. I wonder how he's doing these days ever since the events from the second game. Who knows? We might luck out. Flying Fire. The Ruler of the Skies. What is he, like the Phoenix or something? Oh no, wait. Large and fat, but Dokal for the most part. Does that. I wonder what genius got one put in a car to begin with. Especially considering if creatures like that had gone extinct. Now, what would happen if one was to let a rare card like Tim out? Once it's been used up, is that it? Does that mean that's the last one? Does he just fade into existence, or he just roam free until one captures him again? I'm kind of curious about that. Well, I suppose if you think about it, if one was to release or summon a card and release it out, and it does its bidding for you, and then that's it. I guess it means it roams free afterwards, so... I'm thinking too much. Anyways, she seems consent on giving it a shot, so it's good enough as any. So let's go back to town and start doing some trading. Okay, now bear with me, folks. It has been a while since I actually did the trading gig, so the best thing you can do in this case is talk to everyone. Talk to everyone you can and find out as much info as possible as far as who might have the card that you need, where you might be able to find one, etc., etc., etc. Because, like the guy said, a lot of these monster cards that you're looking for, not really gonna be simple enough to find where you can just cardish one and then that's it. So I guess we'll start with this guy. We got an emergency here. There's no time to explain. And yet you try to explain anyway.
Har, I got a slime card myself.
Really?
Aye, terror I is crawling with all manner of the buggers.
Please, can you let us have it, please?
Well, now that I know that thing is valuable, I ain't giving it away.
Great. What do you want for it?
Hey, Horjet Spirit, squirt from your doors, lads. I didn't say I wasn't going to trade it.
I just ain't giving it away. Give me a hand and I'll help you out. I've been looking for some good cargo brats, and I think I just found the best kind. Free! Oh, God, you really know how to twist someone's arm. You know how important it is, and you still do this! All this to get a slime card. Okay, people. Here we have to deal with another mini game. Fun times again. So basically, your job here is a test. This is actually a test of memorization. You have to look real carefully and count to see how many of certain goods go in and out, go on and off the ship here. That's all you really have to do. You don't need to do anything, just watch. Just keep an eye out on three certain types of goods. Jars, crates, and flowers. Now I'll admit, when I thought it was when I actually was going through the process of recording this, I thought the guy, I might have been zooming past the text a little bit, but I thought at first the guy was just wanting to know how many jars went on the ship, but no. It's more than that. You have to actually keep track of about everything else. I'm just glad the freaking guy doesn't ask how many men went on the ship, because that would have been a freaking nightmare. And I think the questions that the captain asks you as far as how many is on the ship of what item, I want to say it's random, but I'm not entirely sure. If it says something different other than what might be shown here, let me know. For those that have this game and have played it before, feel free to leave a comment about it. So this takes about 3 minutes or so, watching people go to and from. It feels drawn out, yes, I know, believe me, but you actually have to be paying attention this whole time. And then once everybody's left, how many crates are on the ship? Because some went on, some went off, but how many stayed on the ship? So in this case, there were 2 crates. And how many jars? Now the jars I was paying more attention to, so I knew that only 3 pieces remained. And it's a perfect count it is. So yeah, if you mess up, you're probably going to be doing this a couple more times until you get it right. I guess you could say I kind of lucked out a little bit here. So once all's said and done, there's your slime card. And for the love of God, do not use it in battle. Because you can still use it in battle. You can still release the card. It's a card. It's still a card that you can use. I think it would give you the option to use it. Please don't. If you have to free up some room, because since you can only carry up to 5 cards at a time, go ahead and get rid of one that you think is like not really worth carrying. Okay, so we got 1 down. Now we still have to find the wild emoji and the dandelion. And yes, I practically go through and just about talk with everybody. I probably should be looking at the Monster Society a little bit more closer, but no. Just in case. You can never be too careful. Not to mention there's also another village that you can go around asking for cards as well. It's not just Ren here. Sometimes you might get lucky and find some drunks that might be interested in cards at the bar. Well, at least make mention about monster cards. I gotta drink another drop. I used to work there. That's really helpful. Not. So, let's check out the Monster Society, I reckon. Well, should have done that in the first place. Okay, somebody's got... Oh, haha. Hi, Kirk. Want to trade cards? What have you got? You've got... What the hell is that? Poison Mushroom and 2 other monsters we've yet to actually see. Although it may seem a bit tempting, I'm not interested right now. So, you can hold on to that. And then, of course, there's this person. The one that you had to do a job for that wanted to see the Little Rock. And wouldn't you know it, she happens to have a card we want. That it looks like a emoji. And what does she want? She wants a Crimson Rock. The ones that try to kill us. So, that's convenient enough. If you didn't have a Crimson Rock, all you have to do is simply go do a battle against some and Cardish one. Plain and simple. But since I had one to begin with, that cuts a little bit of time away. So let's see. There's only the Dandelion. What do we know about the Dandelion? Well, we have no data. We've never seen one. We just know the name. And you can talk to these guys, I suppose, if you want to try to get some information, but really, that was kind of useless information. That was a waste of 10G. Good job. This guy acts just like the book. Okay, so anyway, we're probably gonna have to head out and check another town. Just in case, we might as well check the other shops, I suppose. See if any of these, even if the old Coot might do a little card trading. No, I didn't think so. All this just to try to get a job started. Just finding the way. I guess maybe that's the big thing. Just finding the way to get where to your destination. And these guys are no help either. Wonderful. Hell, I'll even go to Mina's house. Mina, you want to trade cards? You don't know anything about them? You don't duel? A wyvern? Wyverns aren't difficult to turn into cards. I've done it in my first try. What the hell are you talking about? I keep forgetting some of these places are boarded up. I don't... Okay. I think we've exhausted all our resources here, so... I don't know why I did that. I was at sheer more curiosity if that one guy, Rupert, was still down there. But, of course not. So, let's leave Ren. Vernica is our only other shot at this point to try to get some kind of clue as to where to find a Dandelion. Talking to people is fun. Okay, yeah. I don't think she does trading cards. She just talks to monsters. I know there's not a lot of action for this episode. I do apologize. But it's one of those things that tends to come with the job. Okay, this kid looks like he could. Oh, he doesn't even know what a town like North Sularto is. Well, I suppose that's not that unusual. Oh, right. Dandelion. What's a dandelion? It's a plant. Who knows about plants? This old lady here knows about plants, so she might know something about this card. She doesn't look like a card trader, though. Although she was real helpful to us in the past about the comm nut, so... Woohoo! You go, Granny! Lots! The gentle yellow flowers on this dandelion are quite lovely. Flowers? So it's a plant monster? No! What, you never seen a dandelion before? You don't have simple dandelion flowers in your world? Well, maybe you don't. I guess in your world it's only a monster. So dandelions are like super freaking rare. Dandelions are going extinct too? Wow. Probably because people viewed them as monsters in the street. Wow. Somebody must have done something real serious to make the dandelions all crazy like to where the people would have to kill them. So it looks like we're going to the Great Scar once again. We might be able to find something of a dandelion there, if any left at all. Just like how the Nualla's Forest only had maybe one calm nut left, if that. It's always a stretch, but you know, in a case like this, it usually tends to pay off in the end. So why not? It's not like we got many other places to check out anyway. Wow, do my eyes deceive me, or is that actually a dandelion plant? That's alive and moving. It looks like it wants to eat you. Well, we've already got a full hand of 5 cards. What should I do?
Well, it looks like you have to sacrifice a monster, young man.
So yeah, here comes our next fight against the mighty Dandelion. Alright. Now, obviously, you don't want to kill the Dandelion. You just want to get it to where you can cardish him. And I believe this guy is at a level 19, so he might take a bit of doing to get rid of him. If you do have 5 cards, like I said here, go ahead and get rid of a monster you don't really need that badly. Like in my case, I just got rid of the purple slime I happen to be carrying. As long as it doesn't do too much damage, especially to the Dandelion, if it doesn't kill him, which there shouldn't be many monsters at this point you could have gotten that would have done some severe damage. So you should be all right. Okay, let's see, I think what we're going to do is a knife rain and get him down some more. That and get rid of some of the sleep flowers. We don't need these guys at all. There you go. Mint! Yay! Alright, Let's see how much he's got left. 22? Alright. That might be good enough to Cardish. Alright, let's give it a whirl, shall we? Ah, resisted! A little bastard! Ow! Little frick bit me! Okay, maybe give it another try. For now, let's try to see if we can steal something off this guy. Well, that worked out too well, didn't it? Let's see, let's play it safe and throw a cure spell. I'm tempted to use the Force Ring, but I don't know if it's going to do too much damage and kill him, since he's only got 22 hit points. Let's try one more. Let's try Cardish again. Oh, he's still resisting. Ugh. Okay, fine. I guess we're gonna have to. Oh God, paralysis scent. Oh, that's almost as bad as sleep. Oh, and of all people, Theo gets paralyzed. Thank God for refresh. Nice job, Lutz. You're not a total klutz this time. Okay. Now, if Cardish doesn't work this time, we're gonna have some problems. Okay, that's better. That's much better. I think even if you do accidentally kill it, I think another one might appear and you can try again. Because I mean, this is part of the story. I highly doubt it would leave you stuck. Okay, so we got all 3 cards. Let's go ahead and trade these in and get the Flying Fire card that we've been so desperately wanting. Having to count a bunch of freaking merchandise and hunt down a dandelion monster. Let's go ahead and rest ourselves up since we got the long journey ahead. Do all this for the sake of trading cards. I wonder if they ever considered actually holding like card tournaments. That would be awesome if they could have like maybe card tournaments, stuff like that. Get your best monsters and like fight in a duel to the death and like, well, would have been nice if there was many more Cardish users around, but I guess since Theo's the only one left and the mother is missing, I guess card tournaments are not going to happen. It would be an idea, kind of like how Final Fantasy does some of their card games, like how I think 8, 9 does theirs. Why can't Arc the Lad 3 do a card game? Be kind of neat. Anyway, I'm rambling on at this point. Let's go ahead and make our way back over to Liza. Wow, it's taking this long just to get the card we want to travel. Guess we're gonna have to save this for another episode then. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Here we go! We managed to get the Flying Fire card! Woo! All this for the sake of completing a job. Let me tell you something. When it comes to dedication, Alec here, this guy, it's unfrickin' believable. He'll do whatever it takes to make sure he sees his mission through. Because he's a hunter. There's this dream. He's never gonna let it die. Never. But the flying fire thing is a one-way ticket. This is one of those deals where if you got something you got to do, you better do it now before you have her summon it, because once you summon it, that's it. You can go into another area for a while. Be a while before we be able to come back to Forestamore. And we will be coming back to Forestamore. So yeah. You may not be able to do any jobs at this point, because once you take job 20, everything gets discarded out. But if there's any monsters you want to carve, this would be a good time to get what you want. But anyways, we're running out of time. I'm going to conclude this episode. So next time on Archlad 3, we are going to summon that bad boy, and we are flying out of here. So until then, I've been your host, Archlad84, saying so long, take care, and keep on gaming. Till next time.